Elegy for the Dead of the Princess Victoria, Roy McFadden, 1953. There are more familiar ways of falling out of life. Sated malignancy, the stalking over, the silly step and stumble, the tightening scream of wheels, the pantomime obscenities of war, and always in parenthesis the blenched, hardening sleep of the dreamer drifting out to death. Then this now. Arms of wind and water crunching life out of the ship, and battening down faces squared in credulous mouths, denying their own deaths. Oh, it can never be fated for us, this freak disaster. Some agency has gone wrong, or lines have crossed. The message is not for us, it must be for others less real, less loving than we are, people we do not know. Imagine a congregation of mornings rainbowed with planned and paid-for futures, liquidated there in the roaming sea, and pleasantnesses, quiet attachments like dogs, pictures and books and tables. The tobacconists at the corner, the paper boy, serene suburban forevers uprooted and tossed out into barking distances, whose waves running like wolves lope to the leaping kill. This one, perhaps, accustomed all his life to order and precision, the tidy desk, coy-petted lawns at home, grieved most at the disorder of his departure, snatched by a mindless wind. While that one, maybe, educated in kindness, cried out against the indifference of his ending. But this unmarried girl, pale, dreaming shell, how could she cope with disaster, or fight extinction with perfume or dances, or snap her handbag against the advances of lumbering death? Much less could this curled child pit life still teething against the heretical storm soft-eyed in greeting, for whom life had flowed like a window's ribbon of sky, whose rooms and gardens were choirs of blossoming faces. Government of what is, of living and dying, of trial and terror, conformist and nonconformist. Consider in wishes parliament wider than world, where in this loose disaster an architecture appears, where the chaos of storm is reduced and refined to the sheer line of the confident gull cleaving the cloud's confusion. For what can we say in lieu of a wavering prayer, blown back from drowning handshakes, recalling Cuchullin's rage, except to require some greater, some gentler and more coherent pattern of meaning than thumb-flicked pennies spinning from chancer's call to call, and to number them always, those scattered names from our hearths, with all that commits us, to make them our own as much as keys on a ring, and to carry them always, through every journey and sojourn, their weight in the heart's pocket, prompting remembrance.